as well. But we'll see. I mean, TNC utilizing that last pick of the draft to their advantage. We saw it last game, and we could see it again. Although they are looking more for an offlaner theoretically. Earthshaker could be played as an offlaner, but typically it is in Tim's hands. So only 27, 26 seconds left for Keen Gaming to make a decision. They need to figure out what their last hero is going to be. We're probably looking for a mid or a carry. Lena, of course, could go mid lane. I don't love it though because the catch from Kunkka is just one of those things that you're going to probably die quite a bit as a Lena throughout the mid game if you're playing as a core.
Only 6 seconds left for Keen Gaming. Let's see what they go for. Queen of Pain it is. A lot of burst damage.
Alright. Gives you a way to blow up the Slark. How do you feel about this? Do you like it? Do you think it's something that can pan out for them? It's not an easy co-op game playing against Kunkka X.
Kunkka X Mark, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
This feels like a really old school lineup from Keen Gaming. I'm getting the 648B vibes here. A lot of stuns. The only hero who's missing is pretty much Lash.
Maybe that's what the number of the top's for, you know, the 7.49 patch. One of these old school patches. But what's it going to be? This is, I mean, yeah, Sanking Lena, these dual stun side lanes is such a throwback. But TNC here with their last pick, looking for something for the off lane, theoretically to lane with the Shaker. It is going to be.
So this means that the Alchemist is on the side lane,
yeah.
And it could be a core Earthshaker because he's playing against a melee hero. If he gets close, enchant Totem with the Aftershock.
So, and it will be.
Yeah.
All right. Rubik paired up for that lane. That's a pretty strong lane, this Rubik Shaker. That can definitely cause some problems for King Gaming.
So I'm looking at the both lineups. Rubik 10th pick, not what you usually see. There's a lot of great games. A lot of great spells to steal. Whenever there's a Sanking, Rubik always feels good.
Yep. And we're going to see Tim's on that one. He is quite the playmaker. When you talk about TNC, and if there's one player you want to watch with them, I'd almost always be saying Tim's because he is such a flashy 4-position. And we saw last game, 4-position Miranda, he was getting a lot of farm, but not just from hitting creeps. He was actively throwing arrows, making kills happen, and making plays happen. So it should be a good game to keep an eye on him. We'll have Gabby on the Slack and Armel again on Kunkka. He is probably the most well-known Kunkka player right now. At least the guy pushing this hero back into like the top tier of the meta, and has been.
I feel like he will go for that Spirit Vessel build again. Kunkka is the hero that can pretty much build anything. Lately, we've been seeing more of a double bracer into Radiance build because he's so tanky because of the boat, stays in a fight for a very long time, and Radiance deals a ton of the damage, but against the Alchemist, it could be really valuable.
It makes you, I mean, the Spirit Vessel itself makes you super tanky, so we saw last game how much health he had with the Spirit Vessel into BKB and then the AC as well. Makes him very hard to deal with. So
he needs a BKB in this game. This is his go-to item, probably the second one. There's a lot of spells, a lot of magical damage. Rubik can also go for Spirit Vessel if needed.
You don't ever really want to go Spirit Vessel as Rubik, though. You want to get that Aether Lens, Blink Dagger. You want to get the items that allow you to do flashy stuff. Like if you get told by your team you're getting Spirit Vessel, it's like, okay, I'll get it, guys. But you don't want to. You're probably looking around trying to figure out who is the Spirit Vessel hero, but it may just be the old Kunkka. So here we go. It is game number 2. Keen Gaming defeating game 1. It was a 53-minute affair. Fairly close game. I mean, it went for a long time, but it was, of course, Arc Warden. So part of that is always going to be, Arc Warden games, if you're winning, aren't going to end quickly.
I think we discussed about this build from position 4, sometimes even off-laners, where they get Sobi Mask, or Sage Mask, pardon me, and then you just buy Ring of Protection in the side lane. The 2 extra armor and the mana regen is insanely good, especially if you're playing these spellcasters like a Sanking and Lina.
And something, yeah, both Rubik and
Yeah, Rubik
Lena
is also
doing,
going for
yeah.
that build.
Definitely, yeah, would expect it from like the Lena maybe more so, but yeah, Rubik as well. Why not? Once you get those bounty rings, you've got the gold for it, and you've still got 6 tangos for your lane, so it's still a very powerful laning tool to have. It just enables your partner as well in lane with that aura, so really nice stuff. As we'll see, looks like both teams just taking control of one side of the map for these bounty runes. We saw the same thing from Armel's Kunkka, where he just stands in these trees in the mid lane to as the enemy Keen Gaming go by, but Keen Gaming with that same ward around mid, and with that same ward up top again, with this very deep observer ward. It's kind of bold of them to go for the same wards 2 games in a row. I feel like if there's anything, like, you're going to, you know, your coach is watching the game as it happens and seeing where those wards were planted. And probably checking that replay between games and that, yeah, you've got 5
Yeah, but
10
that's
minutes,
a reverse psychology. We're not going to put
yeah,
it
yeah.
on the same spot twice.
Fair. You're ahead of the game, Lacoste. That's why. And this time around, by the way, Courier. No Courier snipes today.
They're waiting for everyone to show on their lanes.
Yep. And both supports are down in this bottom lane for now. Rubik with that early Bassi ring, Shadow Demon as well. So it is 3 heroes down bottom for TNC. And there we go. The Courier's moving. He's like, all right, it's safe. I won't lose my Courier. Queen of Pain does not want to get handled by Armel again. We saw last game Armel have such a good mid lane.
I think TNC should move one of the heroes top. You do not want to have Alchemist +1 against the solo hero because he's just going to free farm.
Yep. Yeah, this is annoying lane. The Bane's up here just using that Enfeeble. Getting rid of that attack speed. But making life a little bit annoying and difficult. And there we go. The TP coming up top from Rubik. So he's looking to even out this lane. Make it not just a straight free farm lane for the Alchemist in a 2v1 setup. Yep, Bane just trading blows with the Rubik here. Has another Enfeeble. Gets the Fissure block off, but with this Enfeeble, Bane may be able to win this right-click battle. He's still just level 1, but he's going to force the Rubik away.
It's really hard to trade against the Bane. Even though he has Enfeeble level 1, usually Brain Sap is being picked up. Pure damage, so really hard to trade.
Nope. Shadow Demon just happily spamming these poisons out. They are going to go in looking for a kill. They've got the Pounce of Fault, the Lena. LSA is there, but not going to save his life as it is going to be the Shadow Demon picking up the first blood. AU off to a good start.
Yeah, no perma Agi for Slark there. But,
oh, yeah.
still decent, Lena. There's going to be a stun. Pounce is ready.
Yep. He has that if he needs to escape, and doesn't look like he's going to have to pop it. Now we're looking mid. We saw this lane be so influential last game, and well, that Courier, yeah, he is going for it. I was about to say, once that Courier shows, Quap gets a free Courier, not 3 minutes.
Yeah, I was thinking about something against this particular matchup. If you get Blink level 1, you usually expect Queen of Pain to get Shadow Strike, right? So he's gonna use Career aggressively, and then you just blink in and kill it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, this is not even level
the first
1.
Career usage.
Yeah. I mean, that would be a really kind of fun way to play the matchup. But yeah, level 3, you've got to know and expect there's going to be 1 point in Blink there. Just a straight up misplay and miss micro from Armel and the Kunkka.
Now he's really running low on regen, but there's this ability called X Mark, so he's just gonna TP back, pick up all the regen, come with pretty much full mana and HP.
This is obviously one of the strengths of Kunkka as a mid laner, and why we get to see him played there. So back at bottom, the Sand King lane doing some work, but it's top lane where the real fight's going down. It's gonna be... Oh, look at that 5x combo. So Rubik and Shaker doing their best to limit what the Alchemist can get in the way of free farm, but Alk already with double Bracer is very tanky, 1k plus health, the extra magic resistance as well, making him pretty hard to deal with in this lane.
The question is, how much farm can you take away from Alchemist? Every single deny is worth much more than the usual.
He just cancelled the Salve. Nice acid spray usage in the trees, but even so, they are still looking to go in and look like they're not going to be able to fully commit for this kill.
Straight to the bottom with you.
Bounty runes coming in 30 seconds.
Yep.
Cuckoo will buy a bottle as well on the secret shop.
He wants to... Yeah,
Dark, really low on HP. Has Mango if he wants to use the Brain Sap.
doesn't have Nightmare to secure this room with, though. And, oh, this time around, it's Queen of Pain getting the solo kill mid. With the help of that Courier Snipe, suddenly he had an edge in this lane, and he used all his health and mana, but he's going to be very happy getting some revenge for last game where it was Armel solo killing him.
Oh, they got 4 bounty runes against Alk. This is actually huge. This is how you cripple the hero.
Yep. Well, really good rune control knowing they're playing against the Alchemist. Back at top, Slark's rotated. Gonna look for the Sand King, but doesn't look like they've got anything in the way of detection here. So even though they got that Fissure block off, there's just not a kill they're gonna get. And the Slark's TP'd on up here, so...
They're just following the Alk with Earthshaker. Every single time he gets close, he's gonna use Enchant Totem, get a creep, get a deny if possible.
Just slow down the Radiance as much as possible. That's the plan. Okay. Well.
Kanka is about to hit level 6. With the boat, there's a lot of kill potential. Queen of Pain sitting on 600 HP. I love the build. Null Talisman, and he goes for Bracer. Just a casual Bracer to tank things up, get some extra magical resistance.
I mean, you kind of know this. Kunka's going to hit level 6 and be looking to kill you, so doing whatever you can to stay alive is... I mean, the braces help more than the null there. As it stands, they are looking to protect this Queen of Pain. I think knowing that Kunka's level 6 here, they're trying to bait her a little bit, but have to be careful that she doesn't get too low. Was Shadow Demon looking for a disruption setup and unable to find it? Instead, Quap going for a shrine, it looks like. Yeah. They ping it out, though, so they know. Queen of Pain will be coming back to this lane, full health, full mana. And Kunkka even, I think, was looking for a Bane kill there. But, again, position while Keen Gaming staying away
Keen Gaming
from these heroes.
Read that movement from TNC really well. On the bottom lane, Cuckoo just continues to free farm. 30 CS on him right now.
Alchemist trying to kick the jungle, but he's being found wherever he goes, and some of these stacks he was hoping for are being messed with, and he may even pay the price for this one. They've got the Fissure there to mess with him as well with the Soul Catcher poisons. They've got the kill. Tim's
That's a big kill. This is where Alchemist farms a lot, even though there's no stacks in the jungle because they are making a lot of rotations and the lanes were played 2-1-2.
Full combo from me. It's the Scream Sonic Wave and does a lot of damage up there. Can they deal with the Sand King? They've got the Sentry here. Gabby would love to get a kill off of this one. Hits the Pounce as well. This is going to be Essence Shift. If he gets this kill, and he sure as hell should.
No, he didn't get it.
Nope. Rough one.
He almost died there. Like,
yeah.
If Sand King was hitting him instead.
Well, didn't find the kill, so no Essence Shift for you. And oh, hey, speaking of stacks, it's AU, the Shadow Demon, 18 CS. This guy is a 5-position player, by the way, and he's level 5.
And he has a bottle, so he's spamming a lot of those Shadow Poisons.
He's a happy camper. This is the hero that can theoretically make the Alk's life very difficult this game, so giving him some levels and farm, not a bad idea. Very annoying for Mr. Alchemist, who's trying to just farm in his jungle here, having a bit of a rough time, but Bane doing what he can to de-ward, protect this jungle, setting up even Observer wards around his jungle.
This is the timing when Alk is the most vulnerable. Like, you want to buy a smoke, invade his jungle, play some deep wards, and try to play as aggressive as possible. You don't necessarily need to kill him, but if you have a vision on him and you see that he's not farming, it's still okay. You rotate either both supports or, let's say, a mid laner because Slark's not going to rotate and try to grab a kill on him.
Yep. They've gone in here. Sand King, he got dusted up in his Sandstorm here, and he's going to be X back in. Can they give the kill to the Slark?
There it
is.
is.
He gets it. There's one. Can he get another? He would love to keep getting these Essence Shift. He's gotten 2 now. Off to a really nice start. Back at top, though, Tim's will get found out by this Queen of Pain, so there is a little bit of a turnaround here. But 2 Essence Shift steals, permanent Agi stolen by the Slark. Back at bottom, Bounty Rune spawning, and it's going to be the Bane trying to contest it, but perhaps paying the price for doing so. They've got plenty of damage to bring him down. They say that. They need to make sure they get that last right click off and do so. And also make sure they contest as many of these Bounty Runes as possible playing against an Alk. It looks like 3 out of 4 picked up by TNC.
TNC is playing so well around the rune timings, especially since there's Alchemist on the enemy team. I'm wondering what Cuckoo is going to buy this game. Usually, when he was playing Earthshaker, I remember him skipping the Blink Dagger and just going straight for Aghanim Scepter. I think that's going to be the play once again, because you're not going to be blinking in against the Radiance, against... Look at all this spell damage.
Fire Strike. They're going on the Rubik with the Epicenter. They're going to take him out. Kunkka managed to avoid that gank by hiding in the trees, so a lot of Keen Gaming heroes up in this top lane.
I talked about the Blink Dagger on Earthshaker. If he wants to go for it as the first item, it's still okay, but getting Aghanim Scepter after is still good. Hype it up, gods.
It's a Sonic Wave. Followed up by a Dragon Slave. You tell me, I don't listen to you, Lacoste. I hype up what I want to hype up.
You're not my... I'm not your dad, huh?
Yeah. You know, I was just about to, and then you told me hype up. I was like, nope, I'm not going to do it. I'm gonna pass on that one. Kunkka goes down, and things kind of settling here. Bottom tier on tower about to get down to deny range. TNC want to make sure they get this last hit, but at the same time, King Gaming are like, I know what you're up to. No way that's going to happen. Dire Tower does go down to Siege Creep, though. They don't get the deny, but they are going to get the Earthshaker kill here with the Fiend's Grip. And it's going to be Joe getting the kill with the Sonic Wave. That's what? Yi with the dash, the mid laner?
Double dash.
I like how his name is Joe on Steam.
Good rotation, but if they denied the tower there, it would have been extremely valuable. Otherwise, it's not that much. But they're making rotation. Alchemist is farming, getting closer to his relic.
Yeah. It's definitely not quite the Radiance timing you typically see. The 12-13 minute mark is, like, I would say the standard timing. The fast timing is like 10-11, so not the easiest game for Mr. Alchemist, but Bounty Runes and his jungle farm has not gone as well as you'd hope. Next initiation, they want to get this Bane kill. The bow follow-up is there, has stick charges, but doesn't get a chance to get him off as stolen Fiend's Grip. Tim's is looking for a chance to use this one. He gets Burrow Strike immediately as soon as he casts it. 2-man LSA as well. Great play from the Lina here. They've gotten 1 kill. They want to get a second here. They already throw the Laguna Blade nice and early. Kunkka, he's being veiled up. He's taking so much magic damage, and Yi gets a double kill. Well, actually, the first one not going his way, but he's dominating. Queen of Pain looking fantastic here.
Yeah, Sanking just picked up his Blink Dagger. He even showed it on the top lane and TP'd mid because TNC wasted so much time on a mid trying to grab those kills.
Yeah, I think Tim's was just a little bit too eager to use the Fiend's Grip there, diving past enemy towers to go for that kill, and King Gaming more than ready for it. What's the play going to be? There's a few heroes here, maybe with a smoke they want to make a play, or at least with this Blink Dagger. They are looking for kills right now. And speaking of blinks, it is going to be, it looks like a blink pickup from the Shaker. He has it queued up. He's 30 gold away. Perhaps looking to come online a little bit earlier. Like, he sees Sanking's blink, and he's like, oh, if I go Ag Scepter, that's good. I can't farm 2k gold right now. He needs an item right now.
Alchemist almost has the Radiance and the Earthshaker. They're going to buy a smoke and a blink. Try to grab a kill. Ideally, you would want to kill either Queen of Pain or Alchemist pre-Radiance, but that's not going to happen.
They've got a Midas Slark on their own side, so while the Alk is, of course, ahead, number 1 on net worth, it's, you know, what you'd normally expect to see. Slark is this hero that will match up very well against Alchemist and has recovered after his slow start.
Yeah. When you have a Slark in your team, you just buy 2-3 sentries and give it to him at P.
Fire Strike follow-up. They want the Shadow Demon in. Ooh, doesn't hit the scream. There is a Sonic Wave, and there's the blink. There's going to be an Echo Slam Fissure combo. They immediately delete Sanking. Sonic Wave is there. We'll finish off the Shadow Demon. Is there a blink? It's on cooldown. It's level 1 blink, and as a result, Shaker, blink reveal, instantly gets 2 kills. Great play from Cuckoo.
yeah, that's really worth it for TNC. Even though Alchemist just picked up his Radiant, so he's gonna continue to farm Dire and Radiant. Both of them using the scan. Radiant one connects.
I get another blink in with the totem and the two-man fissure as well. They were ready to contest that rune fight. Stolen LSA as well, and once again, it's 3 out of 4 bounty runes going TNC's way. They're so disciplined every time. From 5, 10, 15 minutes, bounty runes, they've only given up 2 of those 12 bounty runes.
Yeah, and this is what I was just talking about. They bought the center wards for Slark, 3 of those. He just cleared the 1 observer ward, free XP for him, and the gold.
This is definitely one of the really
mid tower's really low.
About this hero.
They want to pressure it right now.
Yeah. With the siege creep, it's getting down to deny range, and yeah, they just want to make sure it doesn't get denied. It's a good chunk of gold. Bob looking to punish this one.
Nicely done by Cuckoo. Great Fisher. No one can pass.
And they realized that Keem were coming in to punish them for that tower, and they just had to get out, so they do just that. Oh, Blink Burrow Strike. They found Kunkka, Armel. Not having quite the same Kunkka performance of last game. They were just ready for him to be there on the map. I think expecting that Ancient stack to be happening. And with a Radiance on Alchemist, Keen Gaming say it's go time. We've got this double Bracer Radiance. We're pretty strong right now. Sanking Lina. They were hunting, and they will successfully hunt. They find the Shadow Demon, not the Earthshaker they were perhaps hoping for, but he managed to blink away nice and quickly.
They have a ton of magical damage on Keen, so Veil pick up from Queen of Pain is extremely good. Add Radiance on top of that.
And for TNC, I think you're just kind of not looking to fight here. The Diffusal on Slark may give them a bit of a better timing to fight around, but they also need Armel to hit his first item. Torrent is there, nicely done. Stacks the Ancient Camp using that Torrent. He's just trying to farm as safely as possible for himself. And here comes the smoke drain. They're smoking towards their Slark, who is in the enemy jungle. We'll get found by a Queen of Pain here. May have to be careful here. He's going to turn and look to fight here. Pop the ultimate before the Burrow Strike came in, but the epicenter's there. The Slark getting very low. There's the Echo Slam as well. The Queen of Pain being kept alive with the defensive sleep. The Fiend's Grip there as well. Can they kill off this quad? The Sonic Wave stolen! Oh, Tibbs, he turns it around, kills the Queen of Pain with that one. They're still going to get Burrow Struck up, and Armel showing up with a boat. That's going to mitigate some damage while killing the Sand King. 2 for 2 so far. As Bane, Nightmare is perhaps looking to set things up for an Alchemist stun. They've got the Kunkka with the Radiance damage as well. Slark in all sorts of trouble if he doesn't find a leap out. He's going to get himself down to the low ground.
He needs to run away. Oh, Lina almost gets him. She's level 11 with that cast range talent and the Ether Lance. You can stun from downtown. You're going to actually stun from fog. They're not going to see you.
Very even fight in the end.
Queen of Pain was greedy there. I think if we see the replay, she's going to be able to blink out. Also had the Regen Rune in the bottle, so she could reset, but nicely done by Rubik, the stolen Sonic Wave. A lot of great plays there. Bane also saved Queen of Pain with the good Nightmare. If you check the Bane's skill build, 4 points in Nightmare, he realizes he just needs to lower the cooldown on it and use it more. Brain Sap is not that valuable, so I expect him to max and Feeble now.
Lina down bottom, gets hit by a Totem, the Fissure follow-up. They don't quite hit the stuns though. The next follow-up Totem wasn't there, and we do see Shaker now queuing up the Aghanim Scepter. And Cuckoo's been really big on this Earthshaker though. Some of these Echo Slams and these, well, he's had 2 since getting this Blink Dagger, and they've both been fantastic. It looks like Slark, he's trying to figure out where this Observer Ward is. He has a very good idea where it's been planted. It's a fresh one, and he doesn't want to go dewarding it right now. Doesn't feel safe there. I think TNC realized that their jungle's being invaded and will just play keep away for now.
Yeah, they're drawing on a minimap, so they're just doing the classic switcheroo. They also have 2 observer wards in the enemy side of the map, so they're just going to play the bottom part of it.
Yep. And they're the ones who are just looking to happily avoid these fights, slow things down a little bit. Alchemist is very scary right now, hitting level 14. He's got Radiance BKB. Level 15. We've seen a lot more of this like damage build from Alchemist, where he goes for the attack speed, the damage, the cleave. Not all about the Radiance and the stun build as much these days. Sanking with the Blink Dagger. I think Slark realized he'd been spotted there, and Sanking did not want to initiate on a Slark who can just Dark Pact it off. Gone in, they want to get these bounty runes. They are going to pick up a couple, and this time around it's going to be much more Keen Gaming who are the team that's stronger, but they've lost Bane in the backlines here, and unfortunately for them, that does not look good for them as the boat is going to go flying in, catch the lean as well. Slark wants another kill. He's going to get it. That's 2 kills for the Slark. Can't really have the damage to kill off the Alchemist in the backlines. Queen of Pain still being chain stunned here. Can
There's
they
the
actually
Echo
bring
Slam.
down the Queen of Pain? There's a Torrent follow-up, and they've got the kill. The Fiend's Grip on the side. They've taken out Slark, though. A lot of damage onto the Slark. The epicenter is there. Stolen Sandstorm, not the spell he was perhaps hoping for. And it looks like the Alch stun is going to stun himself. Kunkka has a Shadow Blade, but there's plenty of detection for this. Fire Strike to start. Acid Spray follow-up. There's an unstable concoction in a couple of seconds, but it doesn't look like they can go chasing for this kill right now. Bane considers going for the high ground, but a defensive fissure will block the chase. TNC losing their Slark, but getting a couple kills in the process.
Yeah, Old 11 did a good job using the Sandstorm to zone out the Earthshaker so he can't get a good Echo Slam off in that team fight. I'm not a big fan of attack speed talent on level 10 on Alchemist, because you could see that he could have stunned multiple times in the previous fight. Even if you go for this kind of a damage cleave build, cleave is really situational. If you're playing against some illusion heroes like a Phantom Lancer, I assume it's better, but cleave in this particular match, it's not going to get picked up.
They've called the Sanking. X-Torrent is there. He blinks away, though. You've got to be so precise with that X pullback to hit the Torrent as you pull him back, and he gave Sanking a window to
double
blink away.
damage Alch.
Whoa. This is a new era of Alchemist builds. No longer about this Manta split pushing Octarine core and whatnot. Alch's a carry. He's a true carry now.
Just give Moonshard to Bane. He also has attack speed, talent.
Yeah, I think we now understand why you haven't played at TI since TI2 Lacoste. Well, here comes TNC. They've gone charging in. They picked up the Sanking and got too aggressive, and Bane is also in a bit of trouble.
Wave.
Nice boat, though, is going to help mitigate any of the follow-up damage here, and they may be able to get the Queen of Pain. There's a stun follow-up to the Disruption, and Queen of Pain dies once. Can they kill her a second time? I don't think they realize there's an Aegis. They've got an Echo Slam if they need to use it. They don't. There's a Torrent. There's a Totem. And they burst down the Quap. Bye-bye Aegis. That did not last long at all. And TNC immediately punish Keen Gaming.
That was a fight without Earthshaker even using Echo Slam there.
Yeah.
So even with the Aegis, I love what TNC is doing. And even in the first game, when they were kind of playing from behind, Arc Warden needed to recover. They're still taking the initiative and playing with other 4 heroes.
They know there's a few dead. They want to take a fight here. Oh, they're just trapped in these trees. They're both just stuck on top of each other. There's a Yule's on Sanking, but I don't think he can do a whole lot with that. He's completely strapped with the stolen Burrow Strike. Yule's Scepter will dodge the boat here. He's going to burrow to the south, but he's dead anyways. They're just getting picked apart one by one. TNC is just... These guys are like the kings of brawling. They love to fight.
They just killed 5 heroes, if you count in Aegis. And they're going to take a tier 2 tower. They're still have a tier 1 tower on the bottom lane.
They killed 6, including the Aegis, because they've killed everyone. Or they killed some of them twice, because they killed Sanking mid and then they killed him top again.
Oh, Alchemist, he turned off the Radiance before he used the Disruption, but he's still going to go down.
Yep. I remember seeing something with the Radiance Disruption. If you spam click it like while you're disrupted, you can actually turn it off as you come out. There was like I just remember seeing a clip about it on Reddit or something. It seemed like a little bit broken that you could do that. I don't know if you still can or even if these players are aware of it.
It's safer to turn it off before.
Yeah.
Just in case.
You don't always get a chance to, though. They're going to go. They're looking to kill off this Shaker. He is a tanky boy, though. But not tanky enough, as they will be able to burst him down. And, well, Slark with a BKB is being Fiend Script up here. Does solve the ultimate when this Fiend Script wears off. So I think Gabby is going to be okay. Bounces away. Doesn't get the ultimate off. Defensive Disruption will help keep him alive a bit longer here. And they're going to blow him up with the Sonic Wave. Even through the ultimate, they had the AoE damage as Sankin gets fairly low. Will die to the Shadow Poisons. AU is just having such a great game on the Shadow Demon. And TNC, despite getting those...
Couldn't even get a BKB off.
Yeah. They had 6 kills in a row and then immediately overcommit and give away a bit themselves.
This is what we want to see. We want to see chaos. We want to see a lot of kills, and they're giving it to us.
This is high-octane Dota. Do you think this kind of play favors either of these two teams? Or it's just, right now, it's just a bloodbath and no one's come out on top yet?
Lately, I'm kind of used to seeing TNC being disciplined. I don't want to go back where they were in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
So just take it slowly. It's only 2,000 network lead for Keen Gaming at this point, and Alchemist is on the enemy team. There's a saying, if you're not at least 10,000 ahead with the Alch on your team, you're not ahead.
Yep.
I just made it up.
I bet it sounds like you're just quoting yourself. Yep. That's what you do. You just refer to quotes of yourself in the past, and suddenly they'll become a saying. So yeah, it looks like TNC, after that little flub, they're just slowing things down a bit. I mean, they lost Slark Shaker, they lost all their key pieces, and I think they know that was a bit of a mistake of theirs. And their lineup, to me, scales a little bit better. Not to say it's in the bag if this game continues to drag, but Alchemist is not the hero you necessarily feel amazingly back on late game with, but perhaps with this new build. He's got the damage, he's gone for a Basher Moonshard. He hits hard and fast.
He can also keep Slark in a place, even though they have a lot of lockdown, but it's still a great item pickup.
Yeah. This Slark BKB won't feel good if you're fighting the Alchemist. You're just going to be getting bashed over and over again. Good, of course, for going on other heroes, like the Lina, Sand King, etc. And just making it so you can go in and use that BKB and not have to worry about being stunned by other heroes. Things will settle down here as Alch keeps on farming and Slark does what he can. All 3 TNC cores in a pretty good place in terms of their farm though, and Slark continues to run around the map just dewarding everything, being very pesky.
TNC right now, they have 3 observer board placed on the map and 3 inside of Shadow Demons inventory. So Queen of Pain,
Nice.
not nice.
No, but I thought disruption was a save, but no, that was a dire disruption. Alch goes charging in. He's got this Basher, he's got BKB, he's destroying them. He takes out the Rubik first, wants this Kunkka. Shadowblade away, where's the detection? Looks like the dust didn't quite clip him as another blink in from the Sand King. The Sand King gonna go looking for this one. He hits the Burrow Strike, but he doesn't catch the Slark here. Slark's on charging himself with a BKB. There's gonna be a stolen Burrow Strike from Tim's. That helps takes out the Sand King, and the Lina LSA does land on the Rubik with the cast range. The Dragon Slave follow up in the Queen of Pain. They're gonna get a 3rd kill. TNC crumbling one by one, as Keen Gaming are just so strong at this stage of the game with this Alchemist.
All of that because they try to use stun and disruption at the same time. So this kind of backfired to them. It's going to be a free tier 2 tower. Next Roche may respawn in 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Well, we'll see just how and when that Roshan does respawn, but as it stands, this BKB timing on this Radiant side is making them pretty potent. Queen of Pain and Alch both having BKBs, causing big problems.
Shadow Demon needs to be careful about his positioning because the amount of damage he deals in a team fight with the Soul Catcher is, I mean, it's not a, I'm not sure if it's counted as a damage.
Oh yeah.
But the Soul Catcher, if he uses that multiple times in a team fight, I don't see them using a team fight for sure.
For sure. There is that 20-second cooldown, but these are long drawn-out fights, particularly with these BKBs in play. Now Abyssal Blade completed. Level 20, he did go for the 40% cleave. So they changed the unstable concoction damage, so it's not as good as it used to be, where you got plus 400 damage even if you did like the no time channeling stun. That's when it was insanely powerful.
Well, I mean, with the cleave, he clears the creep wave in basically a second, so he just continues to flash farm. 1 second pounce leash. That feels kind of sad as level 20 talent, don't you think?
It doesn't seem amazing. Like, you compare it to, like, I don't know, Ember with Searing Chains or something. It feels underwhelming. Like, that's a level 20 talent. Like, come on. Come on, Ice Frog. With that said, it's Slark. I mean, let's give Slark some bad talents. I'm okay with that. We don't need more Slark in pub games. But as it stands, I feel like the big difference from game 1 to game 2 has been Armel's Kunkka. Like, game 1, he completely crushed it. He was 10-0 and 9 at one point. This time around, he's been punished a lot more and just hasn't been able to make the same kind of plays that we saw him doing last game.
Yeah, he's kind of struggling at this game, even though he's third on network chart, has more network than Queen of Pain. I still feel that Queen of Pain is doing so much more in these team fights.
Waiting around this mid creep wave, hoping someone might show up. That smoke. It is Queen of Pain in the trees. Do they know she's up here? I don't believe so, but never know. Very patient from Queen of Pain. Whoa. Very short range blink just to tuck herself into some trees, and it looks like she is gonna TP now. Shows herself in the mid lane with that TP where her team are smoked up, looking to charge forward. Of course, Queen of Pain, very mobile, can join up at a moment's notice as Roshan has respawned. Both teams will be prioritizing their game plan around Roshan now.
Oh, climbing the high ground, sanking, but quick fingers from Rubik, blinks out.
Good plays blinking. Just takes the Sandstorm for now, making sure he has a spell, since Rubik before that didn't have anything, and Nina. X-Torrent is there. Are they going to look to take this kill? It looks like that's the plan. The Nightmare save is there. And with the BKB on Slark, he's being feed scripted up in the trees. The boat takes too long to really cancel, but they still killed the Lina, going for the Bane. On the backlines, it's Alchemist taking out the Rubik immediately. This Alk is such a beefy boy. Pops the BKB, turns to fight the Slark. He forces him to pop the Shadow Dance just to keep himself alive, and instead Alk's going to find a new target. It's the Kunkka. These bashes just coming in one after the other. There's no escape for poor Armel. Echo back in, and what an echo it was with the BKB wearing off. The Sonic Wave's there from Joe, but it's too little too late. It's Cuckoo's Earthshaker winning TNC the fight.
Man, Cuckoo's positioning, they try to focus him down, so he had to go back and re-engage. Also, nice save from Bane to start that fight with. And then good Fiend's Grip, but the team was on a different side of the map, so both of the supports got picked off early on.
Yep. Well, we're going to go for Roshan. While they do that, we're going to take another look at that fight and exactly what happened. We'll see it again here. You don't really... It's a nice save from Bane, but you don't necessarily want to be using the Nightmare save on a support as well. And the problem is the rest of the team were elsewhere. Like, Sanking, his initiation didn't really set any kills.
Yeah, you can see Earthshaker, he was forced to TP back after getting to half HP by Sanking, and Queen of Pain. Also, you're playing against the Shadow Strike.
I think he popped that Shrine, right? And then he just jumps in with the Axe. And there it is. That big, beautiful Echo Slam. Cuckoo, he's been a standout player so far as we have ourselves back in the game. TNC smoked up, hunting for blood. They have got themselves an Aegis now. And here's going to be another totem jump in, but there's going to be a turnover of the Laguna Blade. They want this Rubik. Rubik pulled back last fight, and Shaker got silenced up. No escape for Cuckoo and the Rubik. That's a dieback. Pop goes blinking with a BKB, and TNC may have overextended the slot.
Oh, the Shadow Strike's going to hit both of them.
TNC just need to get the hell out of this one, and Slark has Shadow Dance, but needs to be careful here. Orchid silences him up. That's going to be wearing off fairly soon. There is a boat to help him out. Just used defensively as he does pop the Shadow Dance in the end. He's being chain stunned up during it, though. He's in trouble. I think he's just dead here. Does he have a pounce out? Can't get to the low ground. There's going to be a Fiend's Grip mid-pounce. Catches him in place, dead for 90 seconds without buyback.
Sanking with a sick blink in front of him just to stop the pounce, and suddenly 5,000 network lead for Keen Gaming.
It's such a back and forth roller coaster game. We saw it earlier and we're seeing it again now. TNC get a couple kills in a row, win a fight, and then go charging down the enemy side of the map and get punished for it. This time had an Aegis and everything, but it just didn't matter.
But now Alchemist is knocking on your tier 3 towers. Has that moon shard still. Level
oh, sorry,
22.
they didn't actually take Roshan. I thought they did during that replay, but Roshan's still standing. Not sure what happened there, but they ended up taking a fight instead and got punished. Tier 3 tower goes down. Alchemist, the fissure, kind of blocking his way to the other racks, but
If he was on a different side, he would have died for sure.
Yep.
If he pops a BKB, Purge, I think they would have enough.
I guess that is one of the downsides for TNC with their draft is they just don't have damage to kill Roshan. Unless Slark has a lot of Essence Shift built up. Even when they killed 3-4 heroes, they didn't have the ability to go for Roche. Radiant on the other hand, with the Alchemist, they're going for this one, but they may be punished if they're not careful. Sanking, seeing on Invis. Here comes Shadow Demon. Burrow Strike completely whiffs. And that's maybe going to force a reset, but it's going to be Earthshake on the front lines with a BKB. Can he pop it? The defensive disruption is there, and the Alks BKB himself jump out from the Shaker Alchemist. He's going to stun himself. His BKB wore off right before the stun landed. He's in all sorts of trouble here. The Nightmare save is there. They wake him up. Slark's BKB also being wasted. Both sides, like, a lot of panic, it feels like. Inefficient BKB use coming out from both Slark and Alchemist. And both teams using their saves so effectively. Nice play from Shadow Demon. Glimmer capes forward with the X just to get a D-ward off.
I like how they try to bait the enemy team with the Earthshaker. They know he has a BKB, so he jumps in aggressively. There's a Shadow Demon behind you with the Etherland, and the disruption, so you don't have to worry. Also, he forced them to use 2 BKBs, but they still didn't take a full fight. Do we see any level 25 talents approaching? Alchemist level 23, we're still not there yet.
23 on Slark, 22 on Quad. Mid lane, Sanking goes blinking in, but he's been lifted and needs to be careful. There's a dire Sentry Ward here. Does have the defensive Yule Scepter with the Demonic Purge. He's going to pull him back down from that Yule Scepter. The boat pullback. Nice save coming on in from the Nightmare, but it's only going to do so much as they wake him up and still take him out. Alchemist's gone charging back in, has the BKB back up with a Daedalus. He's doing so much right-click damage, and the Sonic Wave there to help secure the kill. No buyback in place for the Rubik. Instead, it's going to be the Radiant. King Gaming using their buybacks. They've lost the Bane, though, who buys back himself. They are so dead set on winning this fight and trying to secure themselves Roshan, and I think TNC realize they've just got to get the hell out of here.
Everyone's steeping on Shrine. Can they go in? Roche, Cuckoo does not have a buyback.
This is kind of their reward for perhaps winning that fight and killing the Earthshaker.
Yeah, but they had to use 3 buybacks for this. But they don't know that the Cuckoo does not have a buyback. Echo was not used, so they should be careful. It's just about the mind games. Shadow Demon going in.
Hit by the Burrow Strike. Alchemist channeling a stun as well. Offensive disruption is there, making those Alchemist illusions with the... He has the Radiance turned off. Very nicely done. And Sanking just trying to make sure that his team can secure this Roshan. 15 seconds. The Earthshaker respawning soon. TNC, they've almost bought enough time. They're going to get hit by a Burrow Strike into a 2-man LSA. Laguna Blade there as well, forcing out a BKB from Armel's Kunkka, but they've already lost Slark. He just gets chain bashed, and there's another bash coming out onto Armel. Dies in the BKB. This Alchemist just shredding them with this item build of his.
All eyes on Cuckoo.
Oh my gosh. Cuckoo, what can he do? His teammates are just falling. They're dropping like flies. They just lost multiple heroes back to back, but this Roshan is so incredibly low. Cuckoo goes flying with the BKB. Doesn't have a good Echo Slam initially. Is he going to go for it? Waiting for the hero to come out of the disruption. Maybe it's the Slark. He needs the backup. Slark just so incredibly low with the BKB. He's just running from the epicenter, and they're just not latching on. He blocks the pounce away. Sanking blinks in. Not sure that's what he was hoping for. Echo Slam was used, but it did absolutely nothing. Just did a bit of damage to the Sanking, who's still barely alive. They're going to lose the Shaker again. Boat goes flying. Doesn't catch anyone except Roshan.
Oh
Poor
man,
Roche.
this Roche fight. Woo! He's still not dying. Roche is getting, because of all the sandstorms, acid sprays thrown into the Roche pit, Roche is getting out and they can't hit it, so they can't finish him off.
Roche is getting in on the action. He's like, what's going on out here, boys? Is this where all the fun's at? Alkazim once again, it's a 5v3, and I think TNC just have to give this one up now. They've already thrown away too much, several buybacks used, and it's King Gaming who find themselves better postured because of it all.
Yeah, because Sanking used the buyback, and they are relying on his stuns to actually win a team fight. They gave him the Aegis.
They're just hiding these BKBs so well. I mean, both teams really, but we're seeing King Gaming just do a slightly better job of it. As, ooh, Slack wanted to go for a bounty rune, but thought better of it. Coming close to that level 25 on Slack. Who else is almost there? 3 heroes at 24. Bane!
Bane has 40%
Yeah.
XP talent and 15.
Okay, casual. He's getting what, Fiend's Grip duration, you think, or? It sounds good. If you can get
He's not going to get the brain sap damage heal. It's really hard to position yourself with the position 5 Bane.
Scream of Pain Fear. Basically adding an extra disable to this Queen of Pain.
This is one of the strongest level 25 talents in the game.
Yeah. So incredibly powerful. An Alchemist getting the right click build. Goes for the base attack time, of course. No surprises there. So these 25s coming online. What does Slark end up getting? Essence Shift duration. So he wants to make sure he has those stacks and gets to keep them.
Yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer on level 25.
Yep. And here we go. Ag Scepter. Who's getting the first one? Lina. A lot of damage output from this Lina now. Cannot underestimate what she brings to the table. If you're someone like a Slark in a BKB, you can get zapped.
Now they have a lot of spells that go through BKBs. You have Lina's Laguna, you have Fiend's Grip, you have Sonic Wave. And Sanking has a gem, so they're getting rid of the TNC's vision. 21,000 network lead. They're kind of stuck in the base right now.
Yeah, they do not want to leave whatsoever. I mean, largely because of this Aegis, but it's an Aegis on Sanking, which is not the hero you'd maybe expect it to be on, but I think in all that chaos, it just ended up where it ended up.
Yeah, because he bought back in the previous fight, they gave it to him. Alchemist has enough
Alchemist
to buy
is kind
back.
of item
And the
slot
Queen of
limited.
Pain is also... Yeah, she also has a buyback at this point.
Yep. Another Acceptor coming out soon. This Alch just continues to farm and continues to redistribute that wealth. Who's getting one next? Maybe the Queen of Pain, maybe the Sand King. Got several fairly decent Acceptors this game.
Well, if he's gonna throw in some Aghanim Scepters, maybe Bane will pick up the Brain Sap.
Oh, yeah.
Lowers the cooldown, cast point, and it also pierces spell immunity.
1.5 cooldown, 0.2. Yep. That's not a bad idea, maybe, actually. With the Acceptor actually kind of changes that equation, where Brain Sap suddenly does look a whole lot better. Who got that one? It was the Queen of Pain. The Aghanim's Blessing. Good guy, Alchemist, blessing all his teammates. 2 Acceptors already delivered as he's going to go charging forward, looking for this melee racks. There you go, has that Radiance turned on, but... So he's toggling it. Yeah, he's doing the trick. This is... You know, this is deserving of some OS frogs in the chat. You disrupt a guy with Radiance on, and his illusions don't have Radiance on. He's doing it again. Radiance is on, but illusions will have it off.
And it's off.
Working as intended. I mean, this has been in the game for a while. This is something maybe not every player knows about, but I imagine carry players who go Radiance against Shadow Demon should know about this. Sanking, not the target you want to overcommit on with the Aegis. They're just looking to repel him back, try and keep this melee Rax alive, although we are 44 minutes in, so losing, you know, a lane of Rax at this stage is not the end of the world. Same time, TNC just want to make sure they don't lose a fight and lose this game right here and now. 27k gold lead. 32 to 30, so even on kills, but all these buybacks and the farming pace of the Alchemist just so hard to keep up with.
Lotus Orb goes in.
Oh, that Soul Catcher damage, though. Doing some work here. Queen of Pain was blinking from the sides here. The Sonic Wave is there, but the Disruption helps keep the first target alive. It is going to be the Alchemist following up the Disruption, though. He's looking to go on the Rubik, but the Invis from the Glimmer Cape helping keep him alive. The Alchemist gets pulled back in. He's in some trouble. The Aegis actually expires. The Echo Slime is there. They catch the Sand King as well. First goes down the Alchemist. Can Sand King get out of this one? Has got a Yule Scepter, but he's got no more Aegis, and this is trouble for King Gaming. They may have been baited in. He can't blink with the poison.
Oh.
Drops the gem as well, and TNC punish King Gaming. They may have taken the melee racks, but I think TNC will be so happy with that.
Alchemist went too deep. I think Queen of Pain blinked in just to push them back so Alchemist can finish off the melee racks, but seems like they were not on the same page there, because Alchemist went all in. He was being hit by tier 4 towers, and I mean, you're blinking into Shadow Demon, who's going to use Soul Catcher. You're most of the time full HP because of the Chemical Rage, so you're going to lose 40% of your max HP.
It's a 4K gold swing. What? Deny? Don't deny? There's illusions. She thought about denying those bounty runes. And with the Ag Scepter, it's just able to push out some waves. But 4K gold swing and Slark with these Essence Shift charges, they last a whole lot longer. It's not permanent. He's got 13 permanent though. Already a decent amount there. He's looking to go on in. Finding another kill. Gets another one for himself. Racking up that Agi.
Kunkka has a Hex right now. No buyback though. They needed more control against this Queen of Pain.
Yeah. And you can't rely on X at this point to be an initiation tool. And it does look like they aren't going to... I mean, they don't really have the heroes that force high ground. It's... Yeah, Bane Sanking are dead, but there's always that risk of buybacks, and you just don't feel good about... I mean, especially after how this game slipped away from them. They were the ones who, for the most part, were winning some key fights, but then they would overextend a bit following those fights. It's been very back and forth.
If TNC wants to come back into this game, they need to take these prolonged team fights where Slark is getting a lot of agi.
It's over, Lacoste. Dire's won.
Why is that?
Gabe, he says so. 100% win chance from minute
for
zero.
For the Dire.
Yeah, for Dire. TNC's won. Let's pack it up. Let's go home.
Dota Plus is not wrong.
I think something a little bit wonky there, seeing as it has been stuck at the 0 for the entire game. King Gaming say, we are non-believers. We don't subscribe to Dota Plus. We subscribe to killing this Slark, deleted from the game for 2 minutes with a buyback. They're going to get Cuckoo on the Shaker as well. And they're hunting for more. Shadow Demon will get the Glimmer Cape TP out.
2 big kills. Slark, he has a buyback, but he's gone for almost 2 minutes, so they're just going to rush and try to force it out. A lot of pure damage coming from these heroes. Lina's, Laguna Blade, Sonic Wave, everything's on pretty much low cooldown. 50 seconds on that Laguna, Queen of Pain with the Aghanim Scepter Blessing, 40 seconds.
Yep. Instead of getting more Ags, he did go for a Mjolnir now, so we'll see if any more Ags come soon. Did we get any more level 25s recently?
Ooh, Shadow Demon is level 25. 2 charges of Disruption.
Oh, that's nice. Although, it seems like using them offensively on Alka is kind of just like close to being a waste at this point.
Illusions still deal a ton of damage, but right now you can use it offensively and still have 1 charge to use it defensively.
We'll see it here. There's no more Radiance on Alchemist anyways. He actually replaced it. He's getting deleted though. The Lotus Orb with the Burrow Strike pulled him really deep in the base. The Shaker is A, gets the BKB up, but he still dies. Just enough damage to bring him down. The Slark holding onto a buyback here. Joe gonna BKB, blink out of there. Now resetting here.
Yeah, but the lane, look at the lanes. Bottom lane is being pushed in.
Oh, that's a
double 50,
siege.
Double siege creeps.
That's a dead tier 3 tower, unless someone addresses it right away, which doesn't seem to be happening. They've already taken this mid melee rack, so I'm not quite sure what they're hanging around for. And there we go, Queen of Pain. May just need to throw a Sonic Wave here.
Fear.
Yeah. Keeps the tier 3 tower alive. He is in deny range, but don't want to let Dire take away some of those shrines. With stuff like Roshan control being so important, if you can keep your shrines alive, it really helps for that. Lina hit 25, got the Dragon Slave cooldown. So 2-second cooldown Dragon Slave.
What do you think about that talent?
It sounds like you hear 2-second cooldown Dragon Slave, like, oh wow, wow. But it's hard to like just sit there spamming this nuke in a team fight.
It's more of a I feel like it's more of a tool to reset the Fiery Soul.
Yes. But you never really have problems resetting it anyways with your between Dragon Slave LSA anyways. If Fiery Souls didn't have a cap on it, then yeah, it's like great, you can just build up like an insane amount. But with the cap on it, it doesn't feel like a amazing. Oh, they catch the Bane here. With their ward, they saw Summer. Still looking for him. They get the Demonic Purge out as well. Slack coming on in once that Agi. Oh, Shaker in some trouble here. The Nightmare forcing out a defensive disruption just to keep the Shaker alive, but the Shadow Demon will pay for it with his life. Now looking to BKB run, but the Fiend's Grip is there, going to catch him. Trying to leap away, and Alchemist is going to come well away. That's a dead Earthshaker with no buyback. He previously had bought back into the game, so Roshan alive, and you got to imagine King Gaming have a free shot at taking Roshan now, or even maybe trying to break the high ground.
Cuckoo does not have a buyback. They know about it. Even though it's Roche, I still feel like they should go and try to close this game.
But instead, yeah, it seems like they're not even going for Roshan. They realize, like you say, there's no buyback on Shaker. This is go time. That's the hero that's ruined us in so many of these fights. His Echo Slimes have been the bane of their existence, but time to test TNC's high ground defense. They are in a 3v5 scenario, and they don't have those illusions to play with. What's the plan here? Two-man Burrow Strike, two-man LSA follow-up. An absolutely beautiful setup coming in from the Sand King. Old 11 with a fantastic setup. The Rubik in trouble as well with the Orca there. Beyond godlike. He is having a fantastic game. Another two-man Burrow Strike coming on in. This Sand King is just having a hell of a game. Armel in the fountain. He's so incredibly low. The Queen of Pain wants it. He's actually getting stunned by the fountain. He needs to be careful. Bought a refresher in the fountain just to blink away. I think he wanted to get a Sonic Wave out as well, but he didn't have the mana for it. So, getting a bit ahead of yourselves. King Gaming, they need to get out. Sarko's charging forward. Takes out the Alchemist, who does have buyback. Are they going to use this one? The Shadow Dance has been popped. Does need to be a little bit careful, and it does look like Rubik's trying to see what he can do with the Soul and Burrow Strike. He's doing some work here. The Epicenter comes on in. They want to take out Tims. He's getting low. The Glimmer Cape is there, though. The Slark starting to build up some Agi here. You're going to be so careful as this fight drags on. The Slark is getting scarier and scarier. But it's a Fiend's Grip. It's on the Kunkka, not the Slark. But still a big kill nonetheless. 2 minutes on the sidelines. And Alchemist, Sand King, they're buying back. They smell blood. They smell GG. They want to end this one.
They realize that Kunkka nor Rubik have a buyback at this point. They want to end
Shaker.
it.
Slark bought back. Bought a refresher. He may pop this just for the Shadow Dance. He's waiting to see if he needs to use it now. 18 seconds before he is Shadow Dance. Will he need to pop it? 12 seconds here. With the Shadow Demon, they're buying some time here. He's going to have double ultimate soon. The Fear is there. The Blink Echo Slime. They want this Alchemist. The Nightmare Save is there. The lean under the tower. The Fissure there as well. Blinking in with the Totem. He's taking out the Yuck. That's a dieback. And Slack's on charging as well. Has the Batch. Goes on the Bane. This is looking so good for TNC for now. They've kept their throne alive. They're still causing problems here. The Refresher is there. Slack has another ultimate if he needs it. Can he get it off? He's being stunned up. He's chain stunned. He can't get off. The defensive disruption is there. Is there a refresher? Pop the ultimate, he gets it off, he's still alive, the LSA, he BKBs as well.
They killed the Dark.
Oh my god.
They're still chasing Cuckoo, he's in, Sand King snatching the gem right in front of him.
They've held the cost. What is going on?
I think this one's on the Keen Gaming trying to dive the fountain.
Yeah, that... diving the fountain and then buying a refresher just in the enemy fountain, style points. Yeah. If you told me one team was going to do that out of these two teams, you'd say
I would have guessed
right?
TNC for sure, yeah.
Of course. It's King Gaming. They're the ones with some swag. But you got to be careful. That swag doesn't lose you Dota games. Can TNC punish it? Doesn't look like they're going to go down the other side of the map. There's still 60 seconds without Alchemist and Bane.
At this point, only Shadow Demon has a buyback. Queen of Pain still needs 1,000.
Slark's in Roshan. He's been scanned though. They actually know someone was here. Oh, the casual late game solo crest as well for the Slark. I like it. And Roshan being claimed slowly. Is there going to be a steal? Sand King doesn't have item slots for it. It looks like they may just be giving this one up. Aegis for Slark. Covering for his lack of buyback, and he's just going to go charging in. He's still got the DD room. He's still got so much Agi as well. Blinking on forward. The Fissure is there. Going to catch out too. Pops the BKB as well. Lena looks like she's in all sorts of trouble. Has the Aeon Disc. Blocks all of the Echo Slam damage. Slark, though, still doing all sorts of work here on the backlines. Gets the kill in the end. Hunting for more. That's a dieback on the Lena.
She does not have a buyback. That's Aegis. Cheese. Who has Cheese? I didn't check.
Did Slark sell his refresher?
He did. He did.
I was like, where'd it go?
Now he has a full butterfly. Doesn't have boots at this point.
That was such a clutch call to buy that refresher. That's like one of those.
Just to refresh the BKB and then
yeah. He was
the
so
ulti.
close to dying.
So close to dying, exactly. And then refreshed, used the ulti, which pretty much got it to full HP.
He was dead till Shadow Demon Disruption saved him as well. So many clutch plays. I mean, the Slark with his decision to buy the item. The Shadow Demon with that play as well. All this extra agi stolen now. Slark is such a beast on the front lines here. People causing some problems. They get the Hex out on the Quab. Doesn't look like they're going to commit to this one, and Gabby needs to be careful. He's getting very low. Another defensive disruption is there. Just helping this Kunkka out. He's going to have to get forced away, and I think TNC may just have to back off and reset.
Sanking with level 25 talent. Sandstorm slows and 50% blind. Like they can't enter. He also has a gem, so they are getting rid of any vision, any sentries that they have.
That blind is so good against the Slark. He's only got a 5-second BKB. That makes life incredibly difficult. Here we go. What did Bane end up getting with the 25? He got the brain sap damage and heal.
He's waiting for that Aghanim Scepter.
Dude, he's far away from it. Alk's like, I'm getting a refresher.
You're last on the list, Bane.
He's not even on the list. He's in the Noy list. He's not getting any Christmas presents. He's just not even.
He's been a bad boy.
Sand King's also not on the list. He's wondering where his Ags is. But I mean, I don't blame Alchemist wanting to have this. He's kind of that point in the game where refresher to refresher BKB or even your ultimate could make a difference, even if it's just sitting in your backpack. TNC charging down bottom. They had this ward. They see everything. Oh, this is so good for them. They blink with the totem, but the Alchemist blinks to the high ground first. He saw them as well. He takes out the Shadow Demon. Instantly buying back here. The grip with the Laguna Blade, trying to take out this Shaker in the BKB. Can they kill off Cuckoo? This would be such a big kill for them. Cuckoo's being feared up as well, and it looks like he's going to get the totem out of there as he dies, and Queen of Pain gets the kill. Alchemist dead once again without buyback. Leash onto the Sand King and chases on. Gabby wants these supports. He's got the Diffusal Blade. He got him. Spain.
No Scepter ready. Not even using it. Alchemist got destroyed by Slark in that team fight. He was so close to using a Shrine. I don't think that would have helped at all, but it was a disaster. Earthshaker still has Echo Slam, and Refresher Shard is ready for him. Oh. Haste Rune on top of it.
Yep.
The new runes just spawned. There was a different rune on top, Arcane one.
80 stolen agi on this Slark. 20 of it permanent, and another 60 from Essence Shift. As a pause comes out. And he seems to having some crazy late games. I don't know if this is going to be a trend for TI or if it's just like this series, but I'm a fan if we're going to get a lot of late game.
I'm a fan of late game, yeah, especially since the Aghanim Scepter upgrade was introduced.
Roshan giving away free Ags too. It's pretty nice. Everyone with extra item slots. I'm seeing it here. Vision on the high ground. They do spot this ward out. So we'll see initiation coming on in. Laguna Blade being thrown. They really want this Rubik, but they're going to turn around with the Abyssal Blade. They're trying to take out the Sand King. He's dead without buyback. Alchemist still dead for 28 seconds as well. Abyssal Blade onto the Queen of Pain. But with the BKB. I think her refresher allowing her to even have that one up. It was used some time ago, but right now, TNC just taking what kills they can get, just building up the agi stacks for their Slark.
Oh, they gave Rubik a refresher shard.
Ooh,
he is level 25.
Oh, he's got double Fiend Script potentially. He has the Fiend Script stolen still from the last fight. This is huge. You've got to keep an eye out for this one if you're Keen Gaming. You can't allow him just to sit there channeling it. Blink with an Echo Slam as well. That's not the Echo Slam you were hoping for.
All right, time to give back that refresher.
I was just thinking that. He's hugging the Rubik. He's like, bro, give me this refresher. He's asking for it. Queen of Pain blinking in, using that fear just to repel them from the base. The Sonic Wave doing some good damage as well, but that's the stolen Fiend script killing off the Alchemist. He's dead again. He's just spending the entire late game waiting to respawn. Death after death. Poor Alchemist is just having it rough, and they've caught out the Bane as well. May just be a support, but that's a big kill considering all the saves that this Bane brings to the table. The lean in the backline as well. They're just melting one by one. Keen Gaming have fallen apart here in the late game.
That's it. GG's called.
Wow.
Wow. Pause.
I imagine TNC, emotions running high. What a comeback from then. I mean, Dota Plus doesn't lie.
I told you it doesn't lie 100%. I still can't believe that they actually went into a fountain.
They never had a gold lead. And yes, they went into a fountain.